Okay. Hello, good afternoon, everybody. It's just after break. I know it's the 10th of the day. We are tired. So I'm going to talk about data, spatial data infrastructure, standards, but in a smart way. A more nice way. The way of doing that will be by case studies. I've been involved in several projects with SDI. One is in the National Geographic Institute in Spain, and what I want to share with you is my experience. So the things we found there, what we decided to go for, we needed to integrate all the cartography they have with in a very flexible internet environment, even ingesting services coming from other departments in the different government institutions. But what we needed, this is an open source, you can connect, there's no user password, but of course the cartography is just from Spain. But with anything client, any plugin, any Internet Explorer, no plugins needed, you will be reviewing the data. It's some feature-oriented analysis, and it's not just vector with attributes, it's also orthophotos or any other services below, like street maps or Google Maps you can use as the backdrop. It's very easy to be used for non-expertise, so you just want to know which features you want to extract, you go for the name and you view them. It's Spanish, English, that means that the tool we are using, that is an hexagon tool, the web portal, is multilingual, you can adapt it to your needs. Of course, we cover standards, this makes no sense if it is open to public, not to be a standard. So ISO, OGC, and any other standards, we test our data for that. And there you have some numbers. We received more than 90 visits a month for connecting, viewing, extracting, and downloading data. You can even download data to be used in your own tools. This is the aspect this has. You come into a general page, you go, you zoom to the area you want, you get some raster behind. There you have the layers, the themes, so you can visualize or not different layers. You always have an overview of the area you are covering, and you see that we look at it in a fancy way, and that we can even check for any data attribution we need to find out. We can not just, as I said, look for it in an area, but I also can go for a street map. I can go for a certain street with a certain number and go for it, and you'll get into, this is where we get our last day in Spain, in Madrid. We have our 12th last day minute party. And there you see, I can view also several important monuments if that's what I need for that area. I can choose any other service that I want to just ingest or merge to be seen before, and I even can change and go to other side of Spain. I have some templates that can manage to jump from here to there in a very quick way. Even change UTM zones. Spain is covered by 3 areas in UTM, so we even have to change on the fly coordinate systems. Now we are in Barcelona area, and we are looking for some services that are offered to the National Geographic Institute by the Catalonia Geographic and Geological Institution, which is one of our customers, biggest customers in photogrammetry. They capture all the cartography in 3D, and they are serving it, as you can see, as services. Even you can test that they are ISO complaint, because you can download all the documents that a lot of times you need to adjust to your map when you offer them to your users. This is just map content, but there you can have different ways of viewing it. Not just like the cartography itself, but even we can do thematic maps. That means that based on an attribute on the database, we can make different type of outputs in case you are like this, trying to find out who needs to pay more or less money to the cadastral, or which are the different rivers we have, or different aspects. Remember that we are here exploring all the features in the cartography that they collected for the public, and they offer us them as a standard. Even you can download Excel files with addresses or with any other important information you need. There you go, that you not only need to query for features, I mean roads, river, cities, but you can also query things that you want to take into account. For example, I want to look for all the services which are electric industries in the different areas in Madrid, and I want, in Spain, and I want to create a buffer zone because I want to see some elements inside that area. So even queries, like I am saying, that are topological queries can be done in the portal for free for you. So you can extract those areas, look for the attributes of that resultant query, connect to them, and afterwards download them. So you are not restricted of what the portal is offering you, but you can make your own queries. There are some basic tools for drawing, measuring, and what you also can do is just connect to that service and download it, create your routing. So it's from here to there, as we do normally with Google Maps, right? But we're doing it based on this, the maps, the street maps that are official for the Geographic Institute. Measurements, as I told you before, even if you have the relief, we can see the slopes. So very fancy, if you are going for some hiking or whatever. So you can all get this for free from the portal. There is one last thing I wanted to mention, that is that printing, but let's jump to another example. This is another way of accessing the portal, because remember I entered in the area of Spain immediately, and here what we have is the the URL. You can connect to it. Of course, you will access the free part, because there are for several customers, government departments, and the internal users, they have a user password that will access all their applications. But that's the way you will access the base map, and then you can do the example we were just reviewing. This is the structure. I don't want to get into details. I think it's more fancy to see the examples, but you see we have a centralized database. In this case, it's Oracle, with different services, different features captured at different scales, and on the right side we have the different ways of viewing them. We integrate any data source, so we are not restricted with that, but in the Geo portal we made all of it SDI compliant to be published. For that, we have different SDI specialized tools that we put on top of our portal to make it compliant. That's the example of Barcelona, just some slides and the URL. The other one was from the Geographic Institute. This is from Barcelona. That will get you more or less to the same interface we were reviewing. So you will be able to access the XML and the data. We can even, or I want to point out that it doesn't matter how big, which is the amount of your data. We manage big data, okay? So mentioning it is, normally if we need to do a printed map out of it, we will convert it to SVG, so it is more easy to be used. One thing that is the bottleneck of a lot of these portals is the toponyms, right? The names. How do I manage how many names do I need to view depending on the scale? And I don't want to be all the names one on top of the other, right? We manage it with our own tools, with our Geomedia intelligent tools for making the toponyms on the portal, dynamic labeling. That will make our, depending on the scale, when we need to put a frame and to print it, not to be mixing all the information. Just some more examples with other URLs. In case you want them, I'm at the booth, so we can review this if you want with the internet connection. And a portal similar to this, the same tool, but I wanted to mention you that you can give it the aspect any of your user wants. Is Badajoz is one of the other areas of Spain that has a portal that the different, mainly the different in this is the architecture, because they were so worried about security, the way of accessing and giving permissions. So all that was done on the background. We created a corporative GIS based on web services mainly that were more restricted for the final user. So for downloading and so on, you will need not as free as the Geographic Institute, but you will need to request them a username and password. Of course, they will give it to you, but they want to control who is accessing their data. They have more advanced queries, and if anybody in the audience knows a little bit about our tools, knows a little bit about Geomedia, functional attributes, on all the Python technology that is unique in the geospatial world, will know that we can use the power of those dynamic tools here as well, doing really very complicated queries that are online. You just change the ingested data, and all the query will be redone for you. I want to jump to other areas of the world that are using the same technology. I'm not directly involved with them, but here you have a case study for India, in which it was very important also to incorporate mobile data coming from mobile applications. So it's not just ingesting data for the cartography they have in the storage database, but that the data is dynamic from mobile applications. So you see, it looks like these different tools, but the technology below is the same, exactly the same. I load the portal. Normally you came to a similar interface, your logo, your area, or the tools for panning, moving, zooming in, zooming out. Normally you have a layer in which you can place all the information you want and get dismiss the other one. You see here that they have not bothered very much about the toponymies, so you don't see the names so clear as they were in the Catalonia one, in which we implemented that. But again, we can put ortho photos over there. You can put different vectors, the names are vectors, the limits are vectors. And you can go to different areas over there in which you can even have hyperlinks to certain features. That means that you've gone to the field and that you have taken pictures of some areas, and you can go from one district, view the photo, and have a look of the specific building that is important for you. All this can be reloaded, you can ingest more photographs, and that's one of the applications they wanted. Each of these tools that I'm selecting over there are different applications the end user wants to have predefined. So we developed the portal for any specific needs. This is a query, but you see it's not like before that I had the query just fixed, and I was just changing the name of the river or the municipality. Here they are making their own query. They can even type it if they are a specialist and can get the result. So that's just another portal. Even you can do routine inquiries, the same as before. And you will have, for example, a train station and all the information about that train station. Tools for drawing as before, so depends on the necessities. You can even create one portal with different approaches to the different users. I want to jump to the Czech Republic portal. Again, done with the same tools, but here we have another new service that is a shop. They are not offering for free, but you can on demand ask for some information and require it in an internet shop. Again, I don't want you to forget that we're always talking about standards. As you see, we have just this soaping basket for getting the information. So you get into the area you can, again you zoom in, you move, and the list, you see the appearance of the layer is completely different. But last, what you have are layers that you can place. You see the aspect of the toponyms is different. It's more for printing purposes. Okay. Yeah. You can create orthophotos or just put on top of it the service for the cadastral for all the parcels. You can choose any information, and even if you don't know what you are requested to access, you always have help, and you can always review the service and the standards we are